OK, now, you must still love performing live, I know, and the big band is a huge hit for you. I know it goes all over the country, and it's kind of like... This is like your full-time thing, though, isn't it? You have to show real commitment to this, don't you?
It's like a great big sort of creature that needs feeding. You've got to
like
make music for
circus.
it. It's a travelling circus of people of all ages. I mean, there are people older than us in it, Jonathan. It's got, you know, yes, it was a complete deadly silence. No
one believed that
there are people of all ages, all this amazing musical talent. You've got to write music for it all the time. People come and see it. It's marvellous. It's a whole life and a world of its own. It's like a sort of a great monster.
Well, I've seen you perform live a couple of times. Once was a big open-air concert, once was in a covered building, the more traditional venue.
Yes, I do insides and outs, yes.
Well, it's a great night out. It's just a great night out. It's great to see so many talented musicians together, but also the singers you had on stage tonight over there, tremendous. And you work with some of the greats now. I mean, just about all of the greats,
I've been incredibly lucky. The view, well, the same way as you've had the view over this piece of desk here, a lot of great people.
So many
not
faces,
necessarily me.
so many years.
But over the end of my piano, I've had incredible views. I mean, at this moment, I mean, Ruby Turner's out with us, Lulu's out with us. People who can just belt the stuff out. Louise Marshall sings this stuff. People, you just see people that are singing. It's just, it is a treat. It's a complete joy. Have you got something there for me?
Yeah, but I've dropped it on the floor. Oh, Christ. I don't want to pop a stay. This is Jools' album at the moment, Best of Friends. You've brought out loads of albums over the years with your big band, but this is the kind of complete... This is all of the best bits, all of your favourite duets.
Someone said to me, how could you possibly have chosen the best ones? We've done like 150 tracks with
That's a lot of work.
And I said I couldn't, and I did. The record company said, you've got to choose 22. So I wrote all 150 down and gave them to them. They said, no, you've got to be 22. So I put the 150 in a different order, gave them back to them.
So you could fool them?
And they said, no, you've misunderstood it. And so they had to choose.
So they've selected them. But some great voices. Bono, Tom Jones, Paul Weller. I mean, all these people.
I mean, and people who also... It's been very good. They've been so great, these people, to want to come and work with me and my orchestra. It's been a great honour for me to do... I mean, as an example, Bono, do you know what a fantastic man he is? He flew in, especially from his tour, to record with us because he said, oh, I'll do it. One afternoon he said, I'll do it, and then the time came. He was away. When he got to the airport, there was a huge traffic jam. In the traffic jam, he thought, well, I'm not going to get to the studio in time, I've got to fly back again, you know, what am I going to do? He flagged a cyclist who had a spare crash helmet, gave him a bung and made him take him all the way to our studio.
That's Bono.
I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? There was just a... Oh, that is why he and his group, the U2, are a great success.
Well, hold on, but you're saying Bono. What about the poor fuck who gave him a lift for nothing on the motorcycle? He doesn't even get a name check.
He got a fire and a cup of tea.
He got a cup of tea. A cup of tea and a handshake. OK, let's have a look. This is some bursts of Jools in action with just some of these, and there's some tremendous people in this album. It's called Best of Friends, am I right?
I think it is, yes.
Take a horse to the waterman. You can't make it.
That's a man. Tom Jones, that's a man, isn't it?
Oh, Tom is fantastic. Fantastic.
That's out Monday. Best of Friends, Jools Holland, a great album. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Before we part company, let me just ask you, it's a big 25th anniversary over on Channel 4, and of course we both started on that channel.
That's where we came from.
TV. You had a career beforehand, of course. When you look back on those days of the Tube, what are your fondest memories, and what do you think the legacy of that show would be?
Well, I think it was great. The Tube was fantastic. It was like this show. It was lively and it had all sorts of people and it had music on. But what it was great at is it introduced a whole different way of doing it. For the first time, incompetent people were allowed to be on the show, like myself. And it opened the floodgates for a lot of swearing on television, which I'm pleased to say you don't indulge in.
Never.
But on that show, it really opened the floodgates. And, of course, Paula was on it, and it had a fantastic live excitement. You never knew what was going to happen. Like this show, you never know what's going to happen, do you?
But what great music you had on that as well. I mean, the back catalogue of acts and performances they have on that, that's really... the whole history of music of that period is there.
Quite a whole thing. And then also we did those films like Walking to New Orleans and Road Runner, all these fantastic films they did. And it was a great time. And for the first time, you could get all the new comedians were coming on, you see.
Yeah.
That was that whole new time when music and comedy suddenly could go together. So people like the comic strip or French and Saunders, or all these different people could then come on the show.
Because it's interesting you say that, because I remember it primarily as a music show, but you had a lot of other people. We have a little clip we're going to end on here. We're just going to say goodbye to Jools with this, a clip of you, and you look about 12. How old were you when you did this show? Can you remember?
Well, I was probably about 12.
Yes.
Because I'm in fact only 41 now.
OK. This is Jools in action on the Tube, dealing with a hairstylist. Remind yourselves just how much fun the Tube was. Look at this.
And he's put a wonderful mask on my hair. It was made of horse shit, I think.
Are there any animal bits on you?
Certainly not.
I love that.
Where people get the guests.
I know. I'm going to take a look at the Foxburgers, certainly not. How lovely to see you again. Congratulations. The book is a lovely read. I hope they bring it out on tape. If you can't read it, I would suggest maybe Joe Pasquale.
Yes, I'd like to. Joe's very talented, he'd be very good. Or Dirk Bogarde if he were here.
Dirk Bogarde or Joe Pasquale. It's a toss-up between the two. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jools Holland.
Thank you very much.
As always, it's a very epitome of pleasure. Thank you, Jools.